Purple Hawks are in the room. I want to welcome Shayon, who became a Purple Hawk between the last video and this video. This is the continuation of Eden's LALATE. The video right before this went over the second stimulus package, went over the executive orders that will become law this week, no less than 24 of them. My goodness. The fix-it to ensure that second stimulus items that have not been paid will be paid. The EIDL grant, the $10,000 EIDL grant, that will be paid. That video focused on that. This video will be focusing on the third stimulus package items, many of which you may have never heard of until you tuned into this channel. How do I know these? Because I have a very hard to obtain draft of the third stimulus package bill. And in there are items like $8,000 tax refund, $3,000 tax refund because you have a child, a $1,200 refund if you're a $1,500 refund if you're an essential worker. Incredible money that you never heard of until this channel. And later this week, on Thursday, we're going to get the details. But in this recording, for the very first time ever on this channel, I'm going to go over which items we know detailed-wise, which we don't, and what my predictions are on what's going to happen. If you've not subscribed, go to the Fun Channel, subscribe. Hit that alert button, and also like this video. And if you've not become a member, then click that link button under the video to become a member. The join link. It's in both the description, in the pinned comment, and at the top of the chat of this video. I'm so excited for you. And so now let's get right to the breaking news, not even delay a minute. What's happening right now is the following. You have a first stimulus package. You have a second stimulus package. They're both laws. And you have no less than 24 executive orders that will be signed into law this week. Yes. So you have literally 27 laws that I will be covering on this channel between now and Friday. Imagine the work I'm going to have for you. Well, not work for you, work for me. So I will be simplifying all of them so you know what's going to happen as law. Now, we know three of them that's happening as law. Eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt forgiveness moratorium. Then in this week, we're also going to see the introduction of this as a bill. It's not bill yet, but it will be bill later this week. What's this? The third stimulus package. After that, we're going to see the $2,400 SSI and SSDI. That as a bill. And then we're going to see a bill for the $10,000 student loan debt forgiveness. And then we're going to see the bill for the teachers, the grants of the teachers in their schools. And finally, we're going to see the bill for the job creation and the infrastructure. If you're counting, that's 7 stimulus packages. And there's Jason, who just became a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Jason to the room, who just joined the family. Welcome, Jason. If you did not catch that, that's 7 stimulus packages. It is. On top of 24 executive orders. My goodness. But in this video, I'm going to go over the bill you're going to see later this week, which will ultimately become the third stimulus package law. All right, now when you hear about the third stimulus package, you just talk about the stimulus check. Oh, yeah, okay, $1,400 for individuals and double that for $2,800 for married couple, and adult dependents getting a $3,200 stimulus check. Now, if you're watching or reading something very basic, that's all they basically tell you. Well, did anyone tell you you're getting $8,000 or $1,400 a week or $2,300 if you have a child or $3,300 for these other things? No, they didn't tell you that. That's why there's a PDF for it. If you remember, you have this PDF. If you're a member of this channel, you have a PDF. Let's pull up that PDF. I put it on the link. I put it on this channel right between the two videos again. So if you just joined in the video before this, the PDF has now been posted. And if you're just joining me, it's the last thing I posted on the community page, so you'll see it right there. Only members can see the PDF. The second item in the third stimulus package will be FPUC. There's absolutely no determination by Joe Biden how he's going to do it. So if you want to push the envelope one direction, take this video and go on social media and share it. Tag Biden, tag his transition team, say, hey, FPUC has to be retro, has to be $600 a week. Make it very clear. Take this video and share it on and tag everyone involved. Say, do FPUC retro. Because he's not made a determination of it. He's made it clear he's not made a determination of it. UI, PUA as well. SNAP. Okay, so we're on number 5 on the PDF, if you remember. SNAP under the third stimulus package will be increased. It will be increased for 15% for an additional 6 months. This is deliciousness. Thank you, Charles, for coming to Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Charles to the family. Charles is just joining us when we get into some deliciousness of some SNAP, which requires an emoji of ice cream for this one. Oh, and there is Aaron. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Oh, Aaron. SNAP, what is SNAP? SNAP is money for food. How do you get it? You reach out to Department of Agriculture. How much can you get? Family of 4 in Hawaii, $1,400 a month approximately. So SNAP under the second stimulus package, was increased 15% for 6 months. Under the third stimulus package, it's increased for another 6 months. This is where you need to take notes on these things. If you're following along and you're not a member, you don't have to become a member. If you have a pen and paper, just pull that pen and paper out, write down second stimulus, write down third stimulus, and now write down deliciousness. No, you don't have to write down deliciousness. SNAP 6 more months. There you go. SNAP 6 more months. Number 7 is the one that's really, really exciting. It's rent aid. And it's rent aid that we've never seen before. I want to go over this because thank you, Terry, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Terry to the room for becoming a Purple Hawk. You know, what I want to do is I want to jump to I don't want to tease and deliver late in the video. I want to deliver some of the deliciousness early in the video, and then we'll come back to the rent and things like that. Let me tease some of the deliciousness right now. $8,000? Yes. So item number 21, at the very end of the third stimulus package, one of the most delicious items, $8,000. Get ready for this delicious item. If you have a child, you can deduct, a child up to age 13, you can deduct 50% of the child care costs up to $4,000. And if you got multiple kids, you could deduct the total child care costs up to $8,000. This is insane. So basically, if you got a lot of zeros on your tax return, you got a negative entry on your tax return, you're going to get an $8,000 tax refund. This is $8,000 of stimulus. Yeah, that $1,400 doesn't look so bad anymore. Suddenly, there's $8,000 of deliciousness in here. $8,000, up to $8,000 for deducting 50% of child care for several kids, or one kid, up to $4,000 of child care costs. What an incredible deliciousness. Now, there's more for that as well. How about just deducting because you have a child? How about just deducting because you just have a child? Let's say you just have a child in general. Now, someone asked me on Twitter, I think earlier today, if I had that thing, do I get the other thing? The rule of this channel is always the same. Unless I say you can only get one of the items, presume you get all of the items. The only time it's ever one of the items is PPP, sometimes conflicts. Everything else, you can get all of them. So I just told you something you can have for a child. Well, I got another thing for your child. If you don't have a child under child care, or you have an older child, guess what? You can deduct $3,000 per child on your tax return up to age 17. Or if the child is age 6 or younger, you could deduct $3,600. Imagine $3,000 a child just because there's a child. Don't have to have any, this is not tied to anything. It's not tied to costs or expenses or anything. Just $3,000. So suddenly, if you have a child, let's give me an example here. You have a child that's 12 and you got childcare costs of $8,000. You can get $4,000 for that. And you can get $3,600 on top of that. Suddenly you can get, suddenly I just gave you 11, no, almost $12,000 in stimulus checks in 10 seconds. I just gave you $12,000 of stimulus checks for one child because of this channel. This is what I do. I get you money. This is what I've been doing since day one of this channel. I get people for a lot of money. Damn, I only have one left. 15. So your child's 15, so you'll get $3,000 a child. I didn't see the name because I was looking down. Elka. Everyone welcome Elka. What a beautiful name. Everyone welcome Elka. I'll take the $12,000 this to you. I absolutely would too as well. Do they count for fur babies? They do not count for fur babies. I've seen some questions on Facebook that I got today saying, well, my child was this age on this date. They know when they're writing these bills how to deal with those situations. These aren't unusual circumstances. So the bill, when we see it later on Thursday, we're going to see what day it's based upon. You know, the child was this age on this date. That's what it's going to be based upon. So, boy, $12,000 I got you for one kid. That's doing pretty good, isn't it? Okay, how about the kid has to stay home from school because the school's closed? The kid has to stay home from school. I already got you $12,000 in this video. Can I get you more than that for that kid? Yeah, I can. If the kid had to stay home from school because the school's closed because of the pandemic, everyone welcome Rhonda to the room. Rhonda, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Congratulations. I have two fur babies, kittens, Oreo, and Cookie. Wow, wow. Hello. Everyone welcome Rhonda to the community. Thank you for joining, Rhonda. Imagine if you had a child that had to stay home because the school's closed because of COVID, but the child's healthy, you're healthy, but you couldn't go to work. You had to stay home and take care of the kid. Guess what? That's item number 16 on your PDF. Joe Biden will pay you up to $1,700 a week. Wait a second, I just got $12,000 for that kid. Now I can get $1,700 for myself? Yes. So if you have to stay home because your child's school was closed because of the pandemic, you can get $1,700 a week. Let me explain this one. This is the paid sick leave. $1,700 a week. I never heard this from anyone. Yeah, that's why you tuned into me. At the 12-minute mark, I have an update at the 15-minute mark for you, and then in this video. $1,700 a week. Snow Tiger. Snow Tiger. Everyone welcome Snow Tiger to the super chat, to the community. Welcome Snow Tiger. Did I say Snow Tiger? Snow Tiger. Snow Tier? Snow Tiger? No, Snow Tiger. You're all misspelling the name. It's Snow Tiger. Snow Tiger. Like that's my tiger sound. I don't know. I don't know a snow tiger sound. All I know is a tiger sound. This is turning into the Lion King. Between that and the Dancing Peach, you know, it's just, it's typing too fast. Now the screen is just flying. Paid sick leave under the third stimulus package. How's it work? He's going to pay $1,700 a week, up to $1,700 a week for four scenarios. One, the kid's school's closed because of COVID, and you have to stay home and take care of the kid. Number two, family member has COVID, you got to stay home and take care of the kid, take care of the family member. Number three, you're not sick, but you have to quarantine because of the pandemic. They're going to pay you for that as well. And finally, you have COVID. How did we calculate the $1,400 a week? It's based upon a $73,000 annual salary. So if you made $200,000 last year, you only get $1,400 a week. If you made less than that, then you would get less than $1,400 a week. Insane. Wow. So suddenly I got you the money for having the kid, $3,000 or $3,600. Then I got you the tax refund for child care, which can be $4,000 for the kid. So we're up to $7,000. And then the kid has to stay home because of the pandemic, and you have to stay home to take care of the kid. That's $1,400 a week. I'm making you like $20,000 on this video. This is insane. Thank you, Freddie Gonzalez, for coming to Purple Hawk. Mucho gusto. Everyone, welcome Freddie to the room. Mucho gusto, Freddie. Wow. I mean, now everyone's saying, okay, I don't have kids, LA. Can you got something for me? I don't have kids unless someone wants to procreate with me during this video. I don't have any kids yet. So I got some moolah for you as well. Let me give you the moolah. My hazard pay viewers, get ready for the moolah at the 15-minute mark. But first, I want to give you an update and welcome Freddie to the room. The big update, if you're joining me on Evenings at LALATE, is that under the third stimulus package, you're going to see an enormous sum of money that you may not have heard until you tuned into this channel. $8,000 tax refund for childcare? Yes. Refund that could turn into a refund check. $3,000 refund for a child, just having a child? Yes. And then coming up in this video, refund as well as if thank you, Terry, for becoming a Purple Power. Purple Power's in the house. Everyone, welcome Terry to the family. Welcome, Terry. And if you're just joining me, there is a PDF. If you're just joining as a new member, there's a PDF. If you refresh the community page, and I'll repost it after this video if you didn't see it, if you're a new member, of a PDF I'm going through that only members have. I make these PDFs so you can see what Joe is doing for you, because it's too, it's overwhelming. It's a lot of law here. It's a lot of law. This is not just tell me when my stimulus check is coming. When's my stimulus check coming? Okay, my viewers are sort of beyond that. We already know the stimulus check's coming. We're ready for the $8,000 tax refund. That's what we're ready for. This is the master class, as I think as Iris said. This is the master class. We're ready to get the $8,000, the $3,000, the $2,300. Those other people are just talking about $600 over somewhere else. We're taking this up to another level. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that alert button, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link is in the pinned comment to this video and also in the description. This week you're going to see a lot of stuff. You're just joining me at the 15-minute mark. You're going to see this, the third stimulus package, introduced as a bill. Then you're going to see no less than 24 executive orders, which will become law. I'll be going over all this for you as soon as it becomes law. And then shortly after this, you're going to see the other stimulus packages, the one for SSI and SSDI, the one for student loan debt forgiveness, and the one for teachers, the one for highways. All right, let's go to the other items. Hazard pay. Hazard pay. There's no less than 3 hazard pays in here. And here you clearly see that I don't have detail for you. Why? Because Joe doesn't have detail for me yet. Who's eligible? Who's the essential worker? Who's this? Don't know yet. So I always have the comment. I always get that DM. My daughter works at a cat upholstery, nursing, grocery, delivery warehouse. Does she get hazard pay? I don't know what that even is. Thank you, Debbie, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Every day I get these strange fact patterns. Everyone, welcome Debbie to the family. Welcome Debbie to the family. Maybe Debbie knows what that business is. I don't know what that business is. I always get these very confusing businesses. And they ask me to tell them if it has to be. I don't know. I heard warehouse at the end, and that made it sound simple. Thank you, Joyce, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone, welcome Joyce to the room. What a day it is. Thank you, Joyce, for coming to joining the thousands that are members of this channel. Let's get to some more deliciousness. Okay, hazard pay. The first one for hazard pay we have a number for. This one's detail. Joe's not going to digress too much from this one because we have detail. If you are an essential worker and you made number 20 on the PDF, number 20 on the end, towards the end of the PDF. If you essential worker made less than $21,000 a year, he will give you a tax credit of $1,500 to you. $1,500 to you. So let me say it again. You made less than $21,000, then, and you're an essential worker, you'll get a tax credit of $1,500 to you. So there you go. Now, the other 2 hazard pays, neither of which we have any detail on, but the first one I don't think you're going to see more detail. What is it? It's hazard pay public sector. Hazard pay public sector means that you work for your state, county, or city. You're just you work for the public sector. The money will be given. Joe is going to basically say $300 billion from the federal government to state, local, and city. So how much hazard pay are you going to get from the city of so-and-so? It's going to be up to your city. Your city is going to determine that public work officers or building safety officers or fire chief or ambulatory people get this type of hazard pay on top of their check. So it's going to happen just across the country, but the numbers can be determined locally how much you get. He's not going to tell the city of Tallahassee how much to pay you. They're going to determine that. He's just going to give them the money, they determine it. How much refund will we be getting? We have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Sorry, I missed it. Oh, okay, sure. And you have a PDF for this. So, um, a 2-year-old and 4-year-old. So $3,600 because the number is $3,600 for children up to age 6, item number 19, up to age 6, $3,600. And if they're 6 to 17, that's $3,000. So you're gonna get $3,600, $3,600. You're gonna get $7,200 in tax refunds. God, that's a lot. $7,200 for those 2 kids. Congratulations. And that's before you get to any childcare for $8,000. $8,000 if you up to $8,000 if you have childcare for the 2 kids. Wow. Daffodils are leaning. Daffodils are leaning? Are they really leaning? Lisa, thank you, Lisa, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone, welcome Lisa to the chat tonight. Um, it's just incredible deliciousness. So Hazard Pay Central, Frankie Bright 32. Everyone welcome Frankie to the family. Everyone welcome Frankie. Are they going to go off the 2019 tax return or the 2020? Says Stephanie. Brilliant question. I don't know. Let me ask the room. I think it should be the 20. Well, some people ask me is the 2021 return. Let me ask the room. Do you think Joe is going to go off the 2020 for these tax credits? Do you think Joe's going to go off the 2020, the 2019, or the 2021 tax return? I think it's going to go off of the 2020 tax return. What do you think? Russell says 2020. Connie says 2020. Zena says 2020. Alma says 2020. What does the Instagram room think? 2020 says Angie. Kimberly says 2020. So everyone's saying 2020. So that's good. So everyone really thinks it's 20. I think it's 2019, says the one person. I think it's 2020. Someone, Patricia said 2021. Someone said 2019. I think it's 2020 because there's a stimulus to help you now. The way it helps you now is for a tax return you're doing now. 2019 would be, okay, I got to go amend a return. I don't think he wants half of a mil. I don't think he wants the IRS to get 20 trillion amended returns. He's like, hey, Janet, head of Treasury, you want to get 5 trillion amended returns because I just changed the tax code from 3 years ago? No, I don't think he wants that. I think he wants to do it for this tax year you're about to file on. And I don't think he wants to do it for next year's tax return, the return you prepare next year. Because that would be ridiculous. You wouldn't get the benefit of the stimulus until next year. You wouldn't get the refund check until next year. He wants you to get this refund check now. Yeah, 2020 makes more sense, says Russell. I think, yeah, exactly. I think it's for 2020. And so viewers have asked me, they have filed their 2020 tax return already. So don't worry, get that amended tax return form ready, download it, just get it ready on your computer because you may have to do it, and you'll get the amended return. How much, too much tax preparation costs for amendments? Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe you can do it yourself. If someone already did your tax return, you're just amending one line, you may be able to do this yourself. I thought I'll be doing a tax channel after this. And if you don't file tax returns, you're going to want to file tax return. I'm saying this every single time when someone says, I don't file tax. Well, file tax return, honey. Well, I don't file a tax return. There you go. Next. So I was doing hazard pay. So private hazard pay. We've done the tax credit for hazard pay. We've done the public sector hazard pay. And now I want to do the private sector hazard pay. So there will be private sector hazard pay. But this one, Joe gives us absolutely nothing in his proposal to go on. There's no detail. All he says is, this is what he actually says, Joe. I don't like that grocery and retail has been making a lot of money on people, American citizens, during this pandemic and not paying them hazard pay. So I'm going to be talking to CEOs of them to encourage them to pay you hazard pay. So what does that sound like to me? It's a little weird because it's like, first of all, Joe, you don't have time to be calling up CEOs right now. You get tired or start turning this country, do what you got to do in this country. I mean, when you don't have time to be calling people on the phone, going to lunch with them. So as Brother Joshua said, force. I just think it's just like, when are you going to call them? You're going to call them on Tuesday at 5 o'clock in the evening and say, hey, ahead of so and so. Oh, he didn't answer the phone. Okay, just pass the bell. Just write the bell. And it's very weird. It's very he actually wrote that. It's not like I'm paraphrasing. He actually wrote that. Sandy says it's weird. It is weird. So I think he's just gonna write it. He's just gonna write it and say, hey, I'm ordering these industries to pay you hazard pay. So you're gonna ask me, is it my industry? What if I'm an independent contractor? What if I'm this? What if I was laid off? What if I've been hired? I don't know. I don't know. So you see how much. Oh, there's a big moth that came in here. You're gonna see. Oh boy. Okay. I guess the window was open. The moth came in. You're gonna see a big run up of information. Hopefully, the moth does not attack me on screen during this recording. You're gonna see a big run up of information later this week when we see this bill. We just really don't know. Should I kill the moth with a PDF? The moth came in from outside. Run away. Then you don't know. Then you don't get the rest of the stimulus if I run away. Should we wait to file? Well, if you don't have to file yet, don't file yet because you're gonna see this bill in about 2 days from now. And I'm sure you have a comment. I work at that store where we did the hair, that did this, and my hazard pay. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. All right, so now let's turn back to the number 13 and 14. Business grant and business loan. Moth wants stimulus, says Iron. Moth wants stimulus, yes. Business grant and business loan. Thank you, David, for the dancing peach. There we go, the dancing peach. He's peaching. Hey, you. Hey, you, Mr. Dancing Peach. Uh, the the third stimulus business grant, he says, is for existing businesses. He's going to give you a grant to get your business back to shape. And then he's going to give you a business loan if you want to start a new business. And there's Michael. Everyone welcome Michael live to the room. Everyone welcome Michael to the community. Now, this one is the one. Tia says, business loan, that's me. Get it going. This is the exciting deliciousness. This is what I'm predicting on this one. Here's my prediction. The business loan is going to be a new instrument. It ain't going to be PPP. A PPP was a Trump created instrument. I just sense that Joe wants his own mark on history, saying, I created this instrument, and Yodit. Thank you, Yodit, for joining the Purple Hawks. Everyone, welcome Michael for Michael and Yodit to the family. Yodit. Welcome, Yodit. I just sense Joe is going to have his own instrument. Why? Because he says it's going to be totally new. It's going to pay for itself. So I just expect it's going to be the Biden loan. And the Biden loan is just going to say, hey, here you go. Here's some money. Pay some principal and interest over time, maybe 40 years, and go start a business. So this is the one that, I'm going to flip, right as I see the FPUC, then I'm going to flip right to that one as soon as I see the bill. I mean, Thursday is just going to be on fire on this channel. Just Wednesday, Thursday is just going to be insane. We just can't wait to see this loan instrument. Then we can't wait to see this grant instrument. Does the grant mean if you got an EIDL grant, you get that as well? Is this not EIDL? Is it something else? I don't think it's EIDL. I think it's something new. I think it's going to be something new, but done by SBA. I think it's going to create a new instrument. If you go to the SBA's website right now, Callie says, I want to start a food truck business. It looks like it's my opportunity. Absolutely. The suspense is killing me. Angela, yes. I have a lot of viewers, not this week, but the week before, that said, I didn't qualify for this. Eric just says, PPP, didn't like PPP. I don't like PPP. Tyler with the dancing peach. Hey, Tyler with the dancing peach. Thank you. I've had a lot of people saying last week, I want to start a new business. Any money for starting a new business? This is exactly what Joe's talking about. I think it's going to be his own instrument. It's not going to be a PPP. It's going to be a new thing. Then the grant is going to be really delicious because the grant may not be EIDL. When do you think SBA will go live? So let me explain that. It's a great question, JJ. This is where things become confusing, and this is why I have members and I have a PDF. I'm currently talking on this channel about no less than, I don't know, 8 SBA instruments. It's overwhelming. 8 different SBA instruments. Let me go over each of them very slowly because you may qualify for several of them. It's very, very overwhelming. The first one you don't qualify for. You either did it or didn't do it. It's the EIDL from 2020. You either did the EIDL in 2020 or you didn't do the EIDL. If you did the EIDL grant application, you're going to get the remainder $10,000 grant or the $10,000 grant you never got. That's the first one, first stimulus. The second stimulus, let's go to the next SBA instrument. There is now, under the second stimulus law, the Trump one that he signed in Mar-a-Lago, 4 SBA instruments you can get that you may qualify for. PPP for everyone, EIDL grant for low-income community businesses. So let's say you're an Uber Lyft driver who lives in a low-income community. This is you. Nike, Broadway show theater owner, which is no viewer of this channel. I don't have any show theater owners. Or fourth, EIDL for agriculture. I do have ranchers and farmers who watch this channel. So there's 4 things that are currently law. Of the 4, none have gone live except PPP. So you got 3 or 4 that are about to go live in the next few days. How do I get a copy of the PDF? If you were a member before this video, then it was in the pinned. It was posted to the community page of YouTube privately for members. I will also repost it again after the video. So suddenly we're up to 5 PPP instruments that are currently live or unpaid. Then what Joe Biden is going to do under third stimulus, that's not law yet, is he's going to do a new business grant and a new business loan. You see what's going on. 7 business items that I have to keep track of for you on this channel. And for you, that could be a lot of deliciousness. Let me give you the most obvious example. Uber or Lyft or Airbnb or Grubhub or Postmates delivery operator that lives in a low-income community has a Schedule C. Schedule C shows $6,000 of business income in 2019. Files a Schedule C. It shows cost of goods sold. You can get an EIDL grant of $10,000 under the second stimulus package. Thank you, Bill. Everyone welcome Bill to the chat, to the community. Everyone welcome Bill to the community. Thank you for joining, Bill. You can get an EIDL grant if you're low income. That's that one. Then you might be able to get, Stephanie, thank you for the super chat. Then you could be able to get an EIDL. Might be able to get a business grant under the third stimulus package, which is not law yet. And you might, if you want to do something else, you want to start a new business, you may also be able to get a business loan for your new business while also doing Uber and Lyft on the side. A lot of deliciousness. It's just so enormous. It's just so. With that, I'm really excited that I'm a new Purple Hawk. Can you tell me about the eviction moratorium for one? Also, is there mortgage forbearance for anyone else? Yes. So let me answer that question. Currently, under the second stimulus package, there's an eviction moratorium under the CDC. It was law since about October. The second stimulus package law extended it to January 31st. You go to the Center for Disease Control and download the form and give it to your landlord. That's where we are as of today for eviction moratorium. The third stimulus package proposal extends the eviction moratorium into the future. It's not bill yet, it's not law yet. But If you are watching this video and have an eviction situation, thank you, friend Franny, for the dancing peach. I love it. Thank you for the dancing peach. Hey, you. If you are watching this and are having an eviction problem, and have done all that, you need to do that. Do not skip what I just said. If you have an eviction problem, you need to stay with me on Wednesday, because on Wednesday Biden's going to sign, allegedly, an eviction moratorium into law as a new executive order, which is potentially more comprehensive and more delicious than the CDC, which it works, but I'm not a fan of it, and I think a lot of people are not fans of it as well. So you need to stay with me, because there could be a new eviction moratorium on Wednesday. Then let me turn to mortgage. There is no mortgage forbearance currently. There's no mortgage forbearance currently. But on Wednesday, that same day, he will likely sign the mortgage forbearance as well. And he's going to put the mortgage forbearance into the third stimulus package as well. Spencer with another peach. Hey, Spencer, thank you for this. Thank you for the dancing peach. I appreciate it. Ellie, what about tax refunds for singles? Yes. So the tax refunds we have so far are if essential worker, make $21,000 or less, $1,500 for you. That's what we have so far. Maybe we have more coming, but that's the first one I have. It's a pear. It's a pear. Dancing pear. I'm sorry. I keep on saying dancing peach. Dancing pear. I missed one of the questions. If you drop the questions on the screen again, I'll answer it again. It's like moss. I'll grab it and put it outside. Yeah. Oh my God. Will I get the credit for my adult dependent in my taxes? Will I get the credit for my adult? I understand the question. Are you talking about tax credit? Or if you're asking where the adult dependence check is going to go? The adult dependence check would likely go to the person who declares them. Tina, thank you for the super chat. So if you have an adult dependent on your tax return, you're going to get the check sent to you, and then you give it to the adult dependent. Is it $21,000 gross or net? Oh, we don't know that. We don't know that yet. We don't have that type of detail yet. Any other questions I missed on the screen? Do you think the 20th will have more info on the free internet? Yeah, if you Alma, great question. Watch that video before this if you didn't, Alma, because I'm reporting that on the 20th that Biden is going to order his cabinet members to send out immediate economic relief. And that's everything under the second stimulus package, and first stimulus package is unpaid. Second stimulus package is not done. The internet. So this is what's going on. He's going to tell them, hey, this stuff has not gone out. It's been 8 weeks. Just get the stuff gone out. And there you are. What about FPUC? FPUC under the third stimulus package, he says, I'm letting Congress decide on this. What is the official date of the pandemic? Oh, I don't know. It depends on how you define which bill you're looking at. When do you think we'll see the remainder of the $10,000 grant? I think you're going to hear this. I thought the email was going to come this weekend saying, get ready and confirm your information. Now that I have this Ron Clannon message to the cabinet members, it looks like he's going to instruct the cabinet members to do this on Friday. Thank you, Marie, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Marie to the room. Congratulations for joining the community. Everyone welcome Marie. It looks like he's going to instruct them on Friday, and then how quickly they move, they could move. They could send those emails out early next week, and then the payments thereafter. So I don't think it's going to be this week you'll get the money. Thank you for the super chat from Marimian. Beautiful name. So there you are at the 39-minute mark. That was a long video. Wow. There is a not bill yet emoji, Catalina. There's one that's not law yet and not bill yet. They look sort of the same. It's right next to the bacon one. I know the font, it's emoji, so it's sort of small. It's small, like Marco Rubio small. So there you go. Franny's killing the emoji. There's Remnant One. Welcome, Remnant, to the family. Thank you, Remnant, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Anyone that's become a member during this chat, right after I go off screen, I'm going to repost again the link for the PDF for today. And wow, and thank you for everyone who simulcast me on Instagram tonight. There's a couple of people on Instagram as well. Well, what a night it's been. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. And also, when will we learn this week about the details of the executive order? We'll learn it as soon as I have the bill. I can't imagine. Those recordings, as soon as I have the bill, I mean, it's going to be like 55 recordings. Will there be an MSC? I don't think there will be an MSC. I don't think so, not yet. But when we see that bill, I mean, I'll have 9,000 things to record. It'll just be an enormous amount of stuff to cover. And boy, we'll figure out how to do it. Um, what's your opinion on what Congress would do? I don't know. I mean, Joe, if I've not said this in a while, it's sort of procedural, it's sort of boring, but Joe has ways to pass bills. One of the ways is a free ticket, an e-ticket. He can just sort of do this one thing one time during his presidency. He's not going to do it for this. He's not going to do it for this. So he has to negotiate on this one. So he cannot sort of shove this down anyone's, you know what. He has to actually negotiate on this one. So he has to come to a commonality on this one to some extent. Even though they control the Senate, they don't control the House. You have to be very, very careful you don't stub any toes on this one. And there you go. Thank you for joining me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, and also hit that alert button to see here another video when X go live. Coming up after this, we'll be at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. EIDL. It explains how to do the EIDL. Please watch that video because it explains how to do the EIDL. If you're not up at that time, you can go watch today's video for EIDL from this morning. Thank you, Rick Williams, for becoming a Purple Hawk. You can go watch that EIDL video. It's on the channel. It's on Overnight LA. Overnight LA has two videos. The first one's EIDL at 1 a.m. and then FPUC, which is very important to watch if you need questions about unemployment. Then I'm back at 3:30 a.m., 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. on the West Coast. That's 6 and 6:30 on the East Coast with early mornings LA. And then I'll see you on mornings LA at 8:30 on the West Coast. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.